Here it is. The car in question is the car on the right. I think that's a Corvette, right? I'm not really a car guy per se. Anyway, it looks expensive, and it's about to be subject to theft here. And the car thieves are shouting back. It sounds like at the camera, "Don't come out! Don't die over a car." Here we go.
Hurry up! Hop in! Come out! Don't come out! You come out, I'm gonna shoot you! Don't come out! Do not come out!
It's a car, don't lose your life, dumbass!
Do not lose your life over a car! Do not lose your life over a
That's pretty much the whole video. All the beeps are the F word, of course. Sorry about that. I had to beep them out. It was so much of it. Do not lose your life over a beeping car. Arguably reasonable advice. Now, I know not everyone will agree. Many people will take the not unreasonable position that, hey, I spent my life paying for that car, right? I worked for that car. Hours, years of my labor, my expertise, my work, my energies went into buying that car. It's representative of my expenditure, of my life's resources. And although, the people who like criminals favor thieves for some reason, will tell you that, don't value your property more than you do your life, right? That's what insurance is for. Property can be replaced. Your life can't. And others will respond, well, the thief is actually valuing my property more than the thief values his own life. Now, there are places in the U.S. where you could use deadly force here to prevent this car from being stolen. That place is, of course, Texas. We'll take a look at Texas Penal Code 9.42 once again. But that's the only state where you're privileged to use deadly force in defense of mere personal property. And an unoccupied car, like here, is mere personal property. It's least defensible property. And in every state except for Texas, you're only privileged to use non-deadly force in defense of least defensible property, personal property. Only in Texas is there even the possibility of being privileged to use deadly force in defense of personal property in the absence of a threat to persons, or in the absence of a threat to highly defensible property. So there's another category of property, highly defensible property. It always includes your home, often includes a place of business, often includes an occupied vehicle. So the status of the vehicle changes depending on whether it's occupied or not. If it's unoccupied, it's just personal property. If it's occupied, if there are people in it, then it may qualify as highly defensible property, much like your home. And there are privileges to use deadly force against another person in the context of defense of highly defensible property, where you would not have that privilege if you were just walking down the street. But it's important to keep in mind what's being protected when we're talking about highly defensible property. And the key is that it's not just a car, but an occupied car. It's not really that you're allowed to use deadly force to protect the doorknob on the front of your house, or the shingles on the roof, or the antenna on your car. What's being protected with that deadly force, deadly defensive force in the context of highly defensible property, is the people inside the property. So the physical attributes of the property are serving as a surrogate for the people inside. Presumably, we don't have highly defensible property here. I'm presuming that this car is unoccupied by any lawful occupier. Presumably, eventually the thieves get in. And I presume successfully drive away in the car.